Welcome back to the start of the second game of our doubleheader up here at the Athlete Institute between your Orangeville Prep Bears and Bill Crothers. So I've got a bit of an issue here with the Bill Crothers lineup. So Mark, if you're listening, I need to know who 12 and 18 are. Those numbers aren't the numbers that match with what's on the roster of the OSBA. And so if you could text me those numbers or bring them to me, 12 and 18, much appreciated. So on the floor for Bill Crothers, it's number 2, Khalid Long. Number 5, Jawan Beckford. Number 14, Kenny Nagasu. Number 22, Paris Shannon. Number 15, Cordell Charles. On the floor for the Orangeville Prep, Number 0, Shamar Rathan Mays. Number 33, Ignis Brzdikis. Number 21 is Joe Jones. Number 3 is Keyshawn Saunders. And number 5 is Matthew Alexander Moncrief. Brzdikis just signed his letter of intent with Michigan before the game. Slashes, switches to his left hand. The basket's not going to count. He was fouled before that. So 9:40 to go. Game just underway. I'm Chris McKee, the play-by-play guy. Thanks for checking us out on Bears TV. First game was action-packed event between Athlete Institute as Saunders tosses that one away, looking for Jones. Athlete Institute with a comeback win over Kings Christian. The young Kings Christian team put a valiant effort up, but just ran out of gas late. Just don't have a deep enough bench to compete with AI. So Orangeville Prep, the reigning OSBA champs, and they only lose 2 players to graduation, and James Karnick, who's playing down at Lehigh University, and Aaron Ray, who's over at Dartmouth in the Ivy League. So a good chunk of their roster is intact, and then of course they bring in Joe Jones and Shamar Rathan Mays, who has the ball right now out of Scarborough, my hometown. Always show love for the Scarborough guys. Jones, number 21, backing down Shan. Nice turnaround jumper for Joe Jones. So for the second straight year, Jones out of Buffalo follows in the steps of Howard Washington Jr. Played at Athlete Institute last year, is now down at Syracuse. There's other Buffalo guys that made the trip north of the border for their last year of school. It's a long 3 from Jawan Beckford, but missed. And that's out of bounds. Cordell Charles. It's going to be Orangeville ball. 2-0 here in the early going. Matthew Alexander Moncrief. Inbounds to Rathan Mays. Moncrief to Brzdikis, looking for space. Iggy dishes inside to Moncrief, turns around. Right hand off the glass. Shan comes up with the rebound. Beckford playing the point for Bill Crothers. Brings the ball up. Cordell Charles with some happy feet gets called with the travel. Both teams very unsettled here in the early going. 8 minutes to go in the first quarter, still just 2-0. Rathan Mays to Brzdikis. Iggy, the OSBA MVP of the regular season and the finals, with a right hook shot. Drains that one for his first basket of the game. It's Beckford, the 6-foot guard out of Markham. Trying to shake Rathan Mays, and Brzdikis just tripped him. And Iggy's going to get called with his first foul. So Khalid Long will inbound for Bill Crothers. He made too much of that inbound pass. It's usually a much easier thing. And Iggy sticks his hand in there and steals that one. He's got numbers. Keyshawn Saunders, and he finishes. 6-0 Orangeville Prep. 7:15 to go in the first quarter. Long Guarded by Saunders. Working off a screen from Shand. It's a long three. In and out. Gets the roll. Khalid Long. Gets Bill Carruthers on the board. Moncrief drive slashes. Oh, that would have been a highlight reel. Kenny Nagasu, and then Nagasu throws it away. Orangeville Prep with a 4-on-1. Joe Jones wants that himself. Finishes off the glass. 8-3. Bill Carruthers going to need a timeout here in a second. Orangeville Prep running all over them here in the first few minutes of the game. Jawan Beckford looking to shake Keyshawn Saunders. So a bit of an ugly three from Kenny Nagasu. Dish inside to Jones. Underneath the basket. Jones with the finish. He's going to go line, try and convert to three-point play. So I mentioned Jones out of Buffalo. Played at the Park School down there last year. And he is, of course, the younger brother of Greg Oden, the former #1 pick in the NBA draft. Oden out of Ohio State, famously drafted ahead of a guy named not Kevin Garnett. I'm losing my mind here, sorry. Garnett went 5th overall in 98, I believe. I know the Raptors wanted to get him. I'm losing my mind, man. It's been a long day, long week of announcing. It's my second game this evening. I mentioned earlier during the first broadcast, now doing the announcing at Queen's University up in Kingston. Spent all weekend driving back and forth between Pickering and Kingston. We'll be doing it again this weekend, Friday night, with men's and women's volleyball up there. Friday night and Saturday night against Guelph and Waterloo, I believe. So back after the timeout, Joe Jones. His brother Greg Oden drafted ahead of Kevin Durant. There we go. 1 second. Sorry, folks, just trying to figure out the roster number issue between Bill Carruthers. Thankfully, 12 or 18 hasn't checked in yet. So Rathon Mays is going to inbound underneath the basket. Forgive that break. We'll have this sorted out in a minute. Keyshawn Saunders slashes with the floater. Lovely teardrop bucket. Keyshawn Saunders, 12-3, Orangeville Prep in control. Now, Bill Carruthers, you know, they lost their entire starting lineup to graduation, as well as a few key reserves, so this is a much younger team. And that's Moncrief with the steal. Brzdikis throws it up for Saunders, and with the finish, 14-3, Orangeville Prep in control. So Bill Carruthers with the youth movement this year. Stephon Smith's playing down at Vermont University. Shand has that deflected by Jones. AJ Goldburn, number 3, with the ball for Bill Carruthers. And just throws that one over the basket. Goldburn is listed at 6'2", but it looks a lot shorter. Just outman driving to the hoop. So Kings Christian, a young team, but they hung in there with AI. Joe Jones underneath. Easy finish for Joe Jones. Jones off to a hot start. So Jones drawn a bunch of interest. He's got a bunch of mid-major teams who've offered him right now. Obviously coming here looking to improve, maybe get into a Power 5 team. Plenty of offers right now. University of Buffalo, short floater. Nagasi couldn't get that. Keyshawn Saunders brings the ball up for Orangeville. Brzdikis, 4:15 to go. Iggy drives, looked like he was fouled. Bill Crothers. Easy dunk, Cordell Charles. 16-5, just under 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. Orangeville Prep in control. I'm Chris McKee, your play-by-play guy. If you're out there in YouTube land, drop me a line on Twitter at Mr. McKee. Brzdikis. See, a more experienced guy would have leaned into the Bill Crothers guy there and drew the foul. He could have shot three. Rathan Mays with a nice finish. Mention, check me out on Twitter at Mr. McKee. Drop me a line. And don't forget to subscribe to the Go Bears YouTube channel, as well as follow Athlete Institute and Orangeville Prep on Twitter and Instagram. Stay up to date on all things Bears. Moncrief kicked that one out of bounds the last touch. So checking in for the first time, we're going to see Alanis Urbonis out of Lithuania. One of the new players here up at Orangeville. Kind of an unknown still. But I've been told by the powers that be, the kid can play. Rathan Mays slashes down. Urbonis finds Brzdikis. Iggy with the long three, rims out. Rebound, Parashand. Goldburn. It's a long. Shaquan Brown on the floor for Bill Crothers. Brzdikis steals that. Brzdikis 1-on-3. And trying to draw a foul, looking at the ref. But, 1-on-3, maybe pull that one up, wait for reinforcements. When you're up by 13 early, no harm. Knocked out of bounds from behind. Bill Crothers will inbound. .225 to go. We're going to see Adam Zahur for the first time for Bill Crothers. He'll inbound the ball underneath the basket. Nagasu trying to shake Moncrief. Shot clock winding down. And Khalid Long with the long three. 18-8. Junior Farquhar on the floor for the first time for Orangeville. Keyshawn Saunders slashes through and knocks that off Khalid Long. Sorry, that's Sean Bartholomew out there. Forgive me. Bartholomew out of Montreal, played at Brockwood Elite. First season here at Orangeville. Joe Jones backing everybody in red down. Oh, lovely steal by Keyshawn Saunders. Bill Crothers had a 2-on-none. And Saunders, and can he get the roll? Can't get it. Nice defensive play. Picked the pocket of Shaquan Brown. Oh, almost a big dunk for Nagasu. And there's Shaquan Brown with a nice finger roll. Cuts the lead to 8. Bill Crothers creeping back in. Keyshawn Saunders directing traffic. Looking to work off a screen from Jones. Moncrief switches hands. Floater in and out. Rebound Shaquan Brown. Long outlet pass. Bill Crothers. It was Jalen Spencer, number 13. Nagasu drives, switches to his right hand. Nagasu with the finish. Cuts the lead to 6. 50 seconds to go in the first quarter. Good fight back from Bill Crothers. Saunders. Barthélemy, long three, nothing but net. Sean Barthélemy. 21-12. Zahur looking to shake Barthélemy. He's stuck down underneath the basket. Long turns that one over, but then Orangeville gives it right back to them. 8 seconds to go. Bill Crothers got to hurry. Left-handed three, rims out. Moncrief's fouled. They're calling a foul before the end of the half. No, letting it go. So at the end of the first quarter, your Orangeville Prep Bears 21, Bill Crothers 12. So Orangeville comfortably cruising, dominated that first quarter. Joe Jones was the key guy for the Bears. I mean, the 6'10" frame of Jones, big muscular guy. And it's funny, you know, when you get up close to him, he looks very similar to Greg. They look much older than their years. DJ Phenomenal playing the old school jams, got some Coolio going. I plugged my podcast during the first game. Got a new podcast. If you go on YouTube, just type in Chris McKee Podcast, or just type in Chris McKee. It'll take you to my YouTube page. This week's episode, I spoke with Kermit Davis. Had a real great conversation with him. He's the head coach at Middle Tennessee State. They went 31-5 last year, won the Conference USA Championship, which is their second year in a row. Has made the NCAA tournament 2 years in a row. Upset the Minnesota Golden Gophers in the first round as a 12 seed this year. And last season knocked off Michigan State in the first round as a 15 seed. So I had a good conversation with Kermit Davis. And I'll tell you about the rest after. Back to the action. Brzdikis handles the ball. It's being guarded by Nagasu. Iggy looking to shake, drive, slashes. He's fouled well before the shot. And unless they're in the penalty, which the scoreboard is behind me, I can't see. So Iggy is going to go to the line. Brzdikis, remember, just signed his letter of intent to Michigan right before the game. Had a ton of offers. You know, Vanderbilt was up here watching him, seeing their coaches, tracking Brzdikis through several games last year. University of Florida, UConn, whole whack of others. But spoke to Brzdikis about 2 weeks ago, and he just said, you know, Michigan, it felt right. He said Nick Stauskas, who's now playing in the NBA. We'll see former Toronto guy, Mississauga guy, Stauskas said he had a big influence on his decision to go to Michigan as well. He liked that it was sort of close to home, and, you know, family's going to be able to get down there and see him a little bit more. So Zahur with the ball. Long, looking to shake Barthélemy. Zahur, guarded by Julian Lepp, seeing his first action. Zahur with the shot clock winding down, knocked out of bounds. Still going to be Bill Crothers' ball with 3 seconds left on the shot clock. So it's going to be a catch and shoot. I'm going to look for them, Khalid Long, to work off a pick here. Throws it over. Terrible pass. Zahur just threw that one away. Urbonis inbounds. Sean Bellamy. Alley-oop. Too much for Brzdikis. Chemistry still not there yet. The new guy, Urbonis. Take him a few games. So Bill Crothers, former head coach, now here at Athlete Institute, and Marvin Spence is their first-year head coach. Zahur, a nice spin move. Can't get it to go. Rebound, Moncrief. Julian Lepp Barthélemy. Brzdikis drives the lane, switches to his right hand, and one. He'll go to the line and try and convert the three-point play. Shaquan Brown called with the foul. Brzdikis out of Oakville, Ontario, just west of the Athlete Institute. Long outlet pass, Urbonis taps that one away. Lepp comes up with a loose ball. Moncrief, a little careless with the ball. Urbonis dishes outside to Julian Lepp. Rims out. Rebound, Jaden DeWall. DeWall seeing his first action for Bill Crothers. Long with the teardrop, can't go, and then rips it out of Urbonis' hand and then misses again. Gets it for a third time. And Shaquan Brown can't get that to go. Moncrief comes up with a loose ball. Brzdikis underneath to Lepp, and he dishes to Moncrief. Nice finish. Timeout on the floor, Bill Crothers. 7:58 to go in the half. Orangeville Prep leads 27-12. So I was talking about my podcast, which you can check out on YouTube under Chris McKee, the YouTube channel. Mentioned Kermit Davis, Middle Tennessee coach, and I also spoke with Sean Menard, who's the director of The Carter Effect, which is the new Vince Carter documentary that premiered at Toronto International Film Festival a few weeks back, star-studded event. I had the pleasure of going down, so saw the movie. So much watch, especially anyone that's a Raptors fan, but any basketball fan would really enjoy it. Great to see the effect that Vince Carter has had on so many guys that are now in the NBA, the likes of Tristan Thompson, Enos, Joseph, Wiggins, all of these guys grew up watching Vince, and even Drake, and Boy Wonda's a Grammy-winning producer. Talked about the influence Vince had on them, making them believe that just because you're from the Toronto area doesn't mean you can't have international success. So I have a good conversation with Sean. He explains, and the company that produced the movie Uninterrupted is owned by LeBron James. It's executive produced by Drake and LeBron, so some good info on how that whole connection came about. Check it out. 7:45 to go in the half. Long with another long three. Khalid Long, another one of the Scarborough guys. Played his AAU for UPlay Canada. Brzdikis to Lepp. Lepp drives. We're seeing Ite Adeke for the first time for Orangeville, number 10. Rathan Mays with a long three from the parking lot. Shamar Rathan Mays, 30-15. Bears comfortably in control. Just over 7 minutes to go here in the half. Adam Zahur looking for space. He's got Paris Shand. Shand drives. Air ball. Adeke with the loose ball. And we'll see what the call is here. Zahur is going to inbound from underneath the basket. 14 on the shot clock, plenty of time to move it around. Long. Shand. And another careless turnover from Bill Crothers. Moncrief inbounds. Rathan Mays brings it up. Moncrief slashes through. Rebound, Jaden DeWall. Khalid Long almost slipped there when he was handed the ball. Steps out of bounds. Another careless turnover. So Moncrief's going to inbound to Rathan Mays. Obviously, his older brother Xavier starred for Florida State for a few years. And also plays for the Canadian national team and now is at Westchester. Went to camp for the New York Knicks. Signed as an undrafted free agent. Had a good camp. It was the last cut. So he's down in his Moncrief with a nice finish there. But XRM, the older brother of Shamar, mentioned in the G League and looks like at some point should get a look in the NBA this season. Zahur gets his own rebound. 32-17. 5:40 to go in the half. Orangeville leads. Brzdikis thought about it. And now he puts it up, the left-handed three off the back of the rim. Rebound to wall. Parashan slashing down. Parashan left-handed layup. Nice finish. Rathan Mays being guarded by Khalid Long. Iggy is yet to really get going. He's had a lot of success slashing in. Gets that one to go. He'll go to the line, try and convert to three-point play. The first game was just a shooting clinic in the second half. Sam Routens, 5 threes. And Coleman Stuka from King's Christian. Also, I think he had 4 threes. And then Ben Hendricks took over that fourth quarter. Brzdikis. Converts to three-point play. Zahur. Long. He's going to miss. Rims out. The rebound 18. I still don't know who 18 is yet. It looks like, I'm trying to go by hair, Jacob Frazier maybe? 12 and 18, I don't have the names yet, so forgive me. Until the half, I'm going to have to just go with 12 and 18. I'll find out at the half. Brzdikis inbounds to Rathan Mays. 4:30 to go. Saunders. Drive, step back, nice basket. Keyshawn Saunders. Showing a little mid-range game. Zahur brings it up. Zahur, another Scarborough guy. It's interesting to see, Bill Crothers, the shot clock winding down. Dish inside, Zahur throws it up. Beats the shot clock. Brzdikis with the rebound. But Bill Crothers, as Brzdikis is fouled, able to recruit a lot of Durham region. I know the women's OSBA has Durham Elite, but no men's team in this division anyways as of yet. And so all the kids, you look Ajax, Pickering, Markham, Scarborough, some Toronto kids, all playing at Bill Crothers up in Markham/Unionville there. Mentioned during the first game, really nice facilities. Been up there quite a bit. Also have a good friend of mine whose son, Carter Osborne. Bill Crothers, I know he's on the football team, but he's also the Canadian national team goalie for the U15 age group. Plays for Durham United. And shout out to Carter Osborne at Bill Crothers. Brzdikis hits them both. 39-19, 20-point lead for the Bears. 3:37 to go in the half. Jawan Beckford. Zahur with the ball. Zahur for three, in and out. Rebound Brzdikis. Orangeville races up. Rathan Mays stops wisely. Great vision inside to Joe Jones. And he switches to his left hand. Nice finish from Jones. Jones just, and then a big block. Jones getting it done on both ends of the floor. So there's just nobody on Bill Crothers that can physically hang with Joe Jones underneath that basket. He's just had his way of things. And he's going to call it a foul, but number 12 just missed the dunk. Jones looking a little puzzled, but, you know, when the score's like this, ref's going to do what they can to help the cause out. A.J. Goldburn checks back in. Jawan Beckford will have a breather. Brzdikis. So I'm going to say 18 looks like Jacob Frazier. Same haircut. And maybe 12 could be Michael Utsalo. Now we'll find out soon enough. Jones at the line. Crothers moving it around. Zahor guarded by Jones. Dish inside to Nagasu. Can't get it to go. Sorry, that was Jalen Spencer. Couldn't get it to go, the lefty. Keyshawn Saunders. Keyshawn with a long three, no good. Rebound Goldburn. And swatted away Joe Jones. But Zahor there to clean up the mess. Well, Jones getting it done. And it's great to see the energy he has. Runs the floor really well. 20-point lead, 1:55 to go in the half. With Thon Mays. Saunders outside to Barthélemy. Rainbow three. Can't get it to go. Bill Crothers in transition. Goldburn thought about it. And now Rathon Mays puts his hand up. Clumsily falls into Jalen Spencer. So mass substitutions for Bill Crothers. 5 in, 5 out. Parashand thought he was hammered by Jones. No foul called. Rathon Mays slows it down. Rathon Mays played for the national team, the U16 level. He'll go to the line and shoot two. 42-22, Orangeville Prep cruising, excuse me. Misses the second, Joe Jones with the rebound. Barthélemy regroups. Parashand all over him. Barthélemy just wildly tosses that one away. Parashand off the glass gets it to go. Parashand with the basket, 6'6". He also played for the national team at the U17 level. He's rated in the top 20 for the class of 2020 on North Pole Hoops. Top 20 players in Canada. Rathan Mays drives, and he's fouled by Khalid Long. Shaquan Brown checks back in for Bill Crothers. Rathan Mays at the line. Lead back to 20, 46.1 to go in the half. Long, off the back of the rim. Rathan Mays 3-on-1 break. He dishes to Moncrief. He can't get it to go. Bill Carruthers shooting air balls. It's Cordell Charles just there. Rathan Mays drives, switches, right hand underneath the basket, off the glass and in. Lovely finish. 7 seconds to go in the half. In the corner, Khalid Long off the rim, and that'll do it. So at the half, Orangeville leads 47-24, absolutely dominating. Joe Jones putting on a clinic underneath the basket. Bill Carruthers, the young team, not a lot of answers for Orangeville. We'll see if they have any response in the second half. Thanks for listening. I'm Chris McKee. We'll see you after the break. We're back for the start of the second half. Some OSBA action between your Orangeville Prep Bears and Bill Crothers. Orangeville Prep leads 47-24. Convincing in the first half. Bill Crothers didn't have much of an answer. Parashand looking for space, drives. Right-handed layup, can't get it to go. Muscles it away from Joe Jones and gets that to go with Joe Jones all over him. Nice basket from Parashand. So we got the number situation sorted out at the half. Number 12 is Michael Utsalo, and number 18 is Sam Alamatu. So forgive me to the parents and friends of those two players. Brzdikis for a long three, but the OSBA and Bill Crothers is the wrong names, on the wrong numbers for the players on the website, which someone's got to look into that, because a lot of these kids use this footage for their recruiting tapes and that, and you can't have the commentators calling them by the wrong name when they're trying to use that. Help get themselves a better education. Joe Jones cleans up the mess, puts that one away. 49-26, Bears cruising. So on the floor for Orangeville, Keyshawn Saunders, Ignas Brzdikis, Joe Jones, Shamar Rathan Mays, and Matthew Alexander Moncrief. For Bill Crothers, Parashand, Kenny Nagasu, Khalid Long, Jawan Beckford, as Brzdikis drives, easy left-handed lay-in. And who am I missing? That should be it. Kenny Nagasu said, yeah. And a lovely lay-in from Jawan Beckford, slashed in, switched to his right hand off the glass. Nice finish. Rathan Mays being guarded by Long. I keep wanting to call Khalid Long Elijah Long, who's another Toronto guy that just transferred to Texas. I saw him at the NCAA tournament. He was playing for Mount St. Mary as Joe Jones with a big dunk. But Elijah Long was clearly the best player on the floor. They were the 16 seed playing the 1 seed Villanova. I got to cover the NCAA tournament back in March for the first time. Opportunity of a lifetime. Sitting courtside, writing articles, interviewing all the coaches for round 1 and 2. And a lovely lay-in from Jawan Beckford. But Elijah Long, you could see, he's only 6 foot. He's not that tall, but, his vision and his passing was just really, really exceptional. He's going to be a big addition for Texas next year. Keyshawn Saunders for 3, nothing but net. Keyshawn Saunders. This guy's going to be a good addition for somebody at some point at the next level. Long throws that one up wildly. Rebound Moncrief. Brzdikis running the floor. Ignas Brzdikis, the right-handed dunk. 58-30. And there's a long three, air ball. Cordell Charles, Moncrief, and he's fouled by Khalid Long. So Brzdikis gets them off their feet with that big dunk. Checking back in for Bill Crothers, number 4, Shaquan Brown, as well as number 13, Jalen Spencer. Spencer, a 6'5" guard out of Markham, class of 2020. Brown, also a 2020, 6'4" out of Richmond Hill. Matthew Alexander Moncrief. Short on the first. He's another 2020. He's starting to get some big-time offers, though. I was a big fan of him last year, when he was the young guy on the team, and I can see how much he's developed. Something went on with his knee there. He looks a little tweaked. But Moncrief is already getting some offers from Florida, Arizona State. So the Bill Crothers coach is not too happy. Not sure what the call was. Brzdikis inside the Jones. Jones backs everybody in red down. Can't get the turnaround to go. Zahur for Bill Crothers. And Zahur, that's one of about 4 or 5 careless turnovers. He just tossed them out of bounds. Not helping the cause. Shamar brings the ball up. Moncrief. Saunders. So foul called on number 4, Shaquan Brown. Keyshawn Saunders will go to the line and shoot 2. Keyshawn getting a few offers from some mid-major schools. Seen him tweet out that James Madison has offered him just a couple weeks ago, and now Iona. It's another good mid-major, as well as Southern Utah as well. And I've been seeing this for the past year or so. The most underrated player in the OSBA. Love Keyshawn's game. 30-point lead, just over 6 minutes ago in the third quarter. Zahur can't get it to go. Rebound, Keyshawn Saunders. Saunders races up the floor to Moncrief. Moncrief drives, dishes it back to Saunders. In traffic, can't get it to go. Joe Jones. And Jones is mauled underneath the basket by Jalen Spencer. And there's a foul called. But they're calling the foul on Shant when it looked like Spencer that was all over him. Either way, Jones was getting roughed up underneath. Sean Barthélemy, number 15, will inbound. He just checked in. There's Urbonis for 3. Can't get it to go. Rebound Spencer. Ball kicked out of bounds. Shaquan Brown just got tangled in the feet of Julian Lepp, and Brown went out of bounds. Orangeville ball. Barthélemy. Moncrief wildly throws that up. Urbonis can't get to it. Rebound Zahur. Comes up with a loose ball. Over to Spencer. And a lovely drive. Kenny Nagasu, and he's fouled by Julian Lepp. Nagasu go to line and shoot 2. So Nagasu is out of Scarborough, but he competes for the Canadian national team as a high jumper, which is great to see. You know, I'm a big college football guy, and, you know, 2 of the best coaches in the history of the game, Nick Saban down in Alabama and Urban Meyer at Ohio State. And the first question they ask their players when recruiting them is, what other sport do you play? They don't just want football players. They want guys that do a lot of things, good athletes. I'm a firm believer that every sport helps you in every other game. Good to see Nagasu involved in track and field. As Brzdikis drives, gets the roll, he'll go to the line and try and convert another 3-point play. Bit of a pedestrian afternoon for Brzdikis. Hasn't had to do too much. Hasn't really shot from outside. Doesn't really need to. You know, we're talking 30-point lead. But every time he's driven, something good has happened for him. And he converts the 3-point play. It's the lead to 31. 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Adam Zahur. Shant throws it across. Brown looking for space. Trying to shake Lepp. Dishes it. And why not step back? He hits the 2. Nagasu with a nice shot, but you had all day. Step back, look at your feet, and take the 3. Moncrief drives the baseline. He's pushed out of bounds by Shand. Oh, no, they're going to say he stepped out of bounds. Bill Crothers inbounds. I was wondering where DJ Phenomenal was. It was getting a little quiet in here. We need some help from the DJ. And now Zahor can't handle the pass. It's knocked out of bounds. Orangeville ball. Alanis Urbonis will inbound. Urbonis listed at 6'8". Kalapeda, Lithuania. Barthélemy. Urbonis. Take the shot, big man. Julian Lepp. Moncrief for 3. As the shot clock was winding down, he's too short with it. Rebound, Parashan. And blocked by Moncrief. And Adike has it knocked away. Rebound, Julian Lepp. Orangeville has numbers. 3-on-2. And Lepp's fouled by Shaquan Brown. Not a bad foul. A 29-point lead as Julian Lepp goes to the line. Lepp out of Oakville, Ontario. 6'2" guard. Can shoot from anywhere in the gym. I believe he won the three-point competition when I was doing it last week. I know he was in the final. I just can't remember. But this kid, I was blown away at how good of a shooter. He's just a pure shooter. And A.J. Goldburn has that one run out of his hands. It's a young team, Bill Crothers, a lot of panic in them. They need a little bit more ease, you know, missing all those veterans from last year. A couple kids down in JUCO, academies down in the U.S. You don't like to see that, you know, when a team is that competitive. Bill Crothers was, you know, one of the top 3 teams, top 3 or 4 anyways, between Orangeville Prep, Athlete Institute. I know the Rise Academy was a really good team, and Bill Crothers was up there. But a far cry from what they were just a year ago. Nagasu for Long. Khalid Long can't get it to go. Rebounder bonus. Moncrief. Now he's careless with it. Good hustle back from Brown. Steals the ball. And Long just gives it right back. Adeke steals it for Orangeville. I think they're calling a foul. Doesn't say on who, but a little too aggressive trying to rip the ball out of Adeke's hand. So it's a bit of a different situation for the Orangeville coaches where, you know, last year, even in certain blowouts, they're leaving Brzezikis in just to get his numbers because he's trying to attract that attention. But, you know, after committing to Michigan, I don't think the Michigan coaches are going to look poorly upon him if he's got doesn't have the best stat line in a blowout game like this. And so it's comforting not for the coaches that, you know, they can now focus on developing their young players in a game like this instead of just leaving, you know, the big guys in there to get their numbers. 30-point lead, 64-34, excuse me. 2:25 to go in the third quarter. Orangeville Prep cruising. Goldburn has that stripped. Barthélemy comes up with a loose ball. Goldburn seems hesitant to get. Or bonus for the long three, rims out. And Barthélemy hustling. Adeke just threw that one away. He had Moncrief right in front of him. Bit of an ugly pass. Moncrief read that one. Moncrief now showing his ball handling skills. Adeke for three, why not? And a big three, Ite Adeke. The bench loves that. Bill Crothers tries to respond. Parashand, rebound underneath, gets the basket. He'll go to the line, try and convert to three-point play. Parashand still hustling. Mentioned earlier, Paris played for the Canadian national team at the U17 level. Big decision this week in Canadian basketball. R.J. Barrett going to announce his decision down to Kentucky, Duke, and I believe Oregon. My money's on Kentucky. Been saying that for about a year now. I'm a little biased. I do write for the Kentucky SB Nation site, A Sea of Blue. Bartholomew with a three attempt there. And I just have a feeling that RJ is going to go down there. There's quite a few Canadians. Shea Alexander played at Hamilton Heights Academy down in Tennessee. He's going to play. He's going to lace him up for the Wildcats this year. And that Hamilton Heights Academy was some team. 3 Canadians. Shea Alexander, and then Nikyle Alexander, who's playing over at Virginia Tech. And Theron Shelton-Smith, who's going to play at Middle Tennessee. I mentioned earlier I spoke with Kermit Davis, their coach, and he says Theron Shelton-Smith is the most talented freshman he's ever had. So he's a really elite player, expecting big things out of him, so it's good to see the Canadians all over the NCAA. Bartholomew. And that's Jaden DeWall came out with that rebound, then turned it right over. Ball bouncing everywhere. Julian Lepp couldn't get a handle on it. Knocked out of bounds. Bill Crothers' ball. 41.2 to go in the third quarter. Nagasu guarded by Moncrief and Adeke. Little hand check foul from behind on DeWall. Parashant throws that one. Oh, and then Shant comes back. Good foul. And then he gets into a fight with the chair and the mop. So Parashant hustling, but sometimes, you know, the objects, a bit of a wrestling match broke out there where they start allowing objects from outside chairs and mops, and I know there's a lot of buzz going on about the Ric Flair 30 for 30 that aired last night in the U.S. I believe it debuts in Canada on TSN on Friday. I'm not a big wrestling guy, but you got to love Ric Flair. And a lot of the sports talk stations today, the ESPN guys, all raving about how interesting it was, whether you're a wrestling fan or not. So interesting year in college basketball. You know, all these FBI indictments, coaches getting charged, teams under investigation, players being deemed ineligible. It's a trying time in college basketball. And then you see all over the news the UCLA players. Moncrief cleans up the mess. Is that one going to count? It is going to count. 70-37, Moncrief at the buzzer. So after 3 quarters, Orangeville Prep dominating Bill Crothers 70-37. I mentioned, you know, the 3 UCLA players, including the middle ball, arrested for shoplifting in China, which, I mean, if there's ever a country you don't want to get caught shoplifting, it's probably China. These guys are looking at 3 to 10 years in jail. They don't mess around over there. So all this nonsense that's gone on in the offseason, but thankfully, you know, college basketball is going to start this week. Hopefully a lot of that stuff will be forgotten when we get back to the action and watch these kids doing their thing. bit of a wide open year as well. You know, no clear-cut favorite. I know a lot of people like Michigan State heading into the season. Kentucky lost, you know, 3 big guys to the NBA, but, you know, they just roll in. A bunch of other new guys, you know, 5-star recruits, McDonald's All-Americans. And a lot of great preseason talk about O'Shea Brissett and what he's been doing down at Syracuse. And so hopefully O'Shea has a big year. It's going to be great to watch him. Really enjoyable young man. I had the pleasure of chatting with him quite a few times last year, interviewing him and just seeing him around the gym. Really wish him well. As well as the Orangeville Bears alumni. James Karnick, the big man. I think he's one of those guys that's, you know, if he sticks around at Lehigh and does his thing by his senior season, could be an all-conference type of player. And Aaron Ray, just a pure shooter. Going to go down to Dartmouth. Ivy League basketball, man, those guys can shoot down there. They don't have the athletes at, you know, some of the Power 5 conferences, but obviously those Ivy League kids are a lot smarter than most of us. Always competitive come tournament time. Keyshawn Saunders in the corner for 3, in and out. Moncrief tried to clean it up, couldn't get it to go. Bill Crothers with the rebound. Cordell Charles brings it up. Charles laying with his left hand, gets that one to go. 70-40, 9:10 to go. Rathon Mays fouled from behind by Shaquan Brown. Not sure if it's a shooting foul just yet. Refs are going to talk. And so 5 in, 5 out. Everyone getting the go for Bill Crothers. Rathon Mays inbounds to Brazdeikis, who's come back in. Iggy airballs. Don't see that too often. 3-on-1 for Crothers. And Keyshawn Saunders going to get called with the foul. Or goaltending. He smacked the basket. No, he didn't get called in the goaltending. He's just going to shoot 2. Jawan Beckford out of Markham. Plays his AAU ball for Northern Kings. 6-foot guard, class of 2018. (70-42). Saunders drives, switches to his right hand. He's got to take that with his left hand. Beckford with the finish. So again, 5 in, 5 out for Bill Crothers. That's going to be the approach. Just sprint. Sprint for a minute, get off, sprint for a minute, going with the hockey style changes. Rathon Mays. Fouled by Jalen Spencer. It's not really that Orangeville's beating Bill Crothers. They're beating themselves. Horrible turnover, silly fouls. There's no need to foul. Guy bringing the ball up on his half of the floor. You know, save your fouls from underneath the basket. Rathon Mays to Brazdeikis. Iggy ice cold over on the bench. Puts that one up. In and out. There's a big rebound. Can't see, that was Cordell Charles. Parashand underneath there banging away. A.J. Goldburn puts it up, fouled. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. Goldburn out of Ajax. Listed at 6'2", class of 2019. So, again, here we go. 5 on, 5 off for Bill Crothers. That was about 30, 40 seconds for that group. Rathon Mays slashes down, dishes to Joe Jones with the dunk. Big man's been dominant from the get-go today. 72-45. Orangeville Prep cruising. And there's a three for Jawan Beckford. So good to see Bill Crothers at least showing some fight here in the second half. Keyshawn Saunders with the ball. Keyshawn looking for room. Lost a handle on it. And again, another three on the other end, Shamar Rathon Mays. Beckford slashed, had the ball knocked out of bounds. Rathon Mays getting a little cheeky there, taunting Jawan Beckford. I don't like seeing that in a game like this. And the ref goes over and has a word with them. The ref didn't like it either. Ref tracked him down and let him know, like, hey, that's not cool. Zahur along two, nothing but net. Adam Zahur. Barthélemy brings the ball up. Urbonis. Adeke. Crothers. Zahur for three, tries it again. Heat check, Adam Zahur. Back-to-back shots. Now see, I don't like this. They're going 5 in, 5 out. Zahur's just hit 2 shots. He's hot. Now he's getting yanked. Well, timeout on the floor. So I'm going to be back next Wednesday, another doubleheader. Lincoln Prep and Henry Carr, the visitors. Some House of Pain. I wonder if when they made this song in like 1992, 93, if they knew that at every sporting event for the next 25 years, this song is going to be playing. Back to the action in a second here. Orangeville Prep cruising 75-53. 6:54 to go in the ball game. Bill Crothers got their second unit on. Julian Lepp, guarded by Long. Joe Jones, inside to Adeke, to Urbonis, and it's going to be a possession arrow ball, and it favors Orangeville anyways. Only 4 left on the shot clock, so quick catch and shoot. I would say maybe something to Jones on an alley-oop or Julian Lepp. No, Barthélemy, shot clock. How's the shot clock not run out? The coaches, Bill Crothers, are talking about the shot clock. They're calling a foul. The shot clock was well done. It should be Bill Crothers' ball, but alas, Sean Barthélemy will inbound underneath the basket. Jones, guarded by Shand. Gonna back him in. Nice spin move, but swatted away by Cordell Charles. Charles now at the other end, can't get that to go. Jones gets the rebound. I've been really impressed by Joe Jones. Looks like a real player. Has that blocked. Long is too short. Barthélemy with the rebound. He's got Urbonas with him, and Urbonas, and the big man from Lithuania, puts that one down. Charles in transition the other way. And A.J. Goldburn's fouled by Julian Lepp. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. 77-53. This one hasn't been close from the get-go. Orangeville Prep absolutely dominant this evening. Goldburn. It's the second. So the 5-in, 5-out has stopped for Bill Crothers. That was Mike Babcock over there making the changes for Bill Crothers for a while there. Toronto Maple Leafs on right now. Austin Matthews missing his first game ever due to injury. Keyshawn Saunders for 3, nothing but net. Saunders scoring like Matthews right now. So Zahur got away with one there. Short on that 3 attempt. Adeke steps out of bounds, or traveled. I think he did both. Either way, red ball. 80-54. Nagasu drives. Can't get the roll, but he'll go to the line and shoot 2. Nagasu is fouled by Urbonas. And now Brzdikis comes back into the game for Lepp. Nagasu missed them both. Barthélemy with the rebound. Keyshawn Saunders. Barthélemy thought about it. Keyshawn slashes in. Lovely drive from Keyshawn Saunders. In and out was Jawan Beckford. Finally a putback by Jaden DeWall. No foul called? I'm with. Five in, 5 out, as you were. .435 to go in the ball game. 82-56. Brzdikis with the finish. Urbonas, nice steal to Barthélemy. He's got Brzdikis with him. Iggy stops, looks for that three-point line. Heady play, though. I like that from Iggy. Keyshawn Saunders. Keyshawn a little careless with the ball, and so is Bill Crothers as they give it right back to him. Brzdikis could have had the dunk. Opts to reset. Iggy now fouled, shooting. He'll go to the line and shoot 3. Brzdikis will shoot 3. And so now one of the coaches on Bill Crothers has just been teed up. He didn't like the foul call. So Keyshawn Saunders will shoot those free throws. In and out. They called the foul, so it should be 3, which is why the coach was yelling. And that's why he got teed up, and then they only ended up getting a 1 free throw. It's supposed to be 3. Now the other refs are coming in saying, hey. The coach wouldn't have got teed up if it wasn't 3. Things getting chippy here now, late. Bill Crothers with numbers. And Nagasu, the high jumper, almost, he was ready to jump over Barthélemy. And Zahur, that is a foul. The Bill Crothers bench doesn't like it, and their coaches are getting cheeky, but it was a foul, and a senseless foul. And Sean Barthélemy will go to the line, shoot a pair. 84-56, 3:33 to go. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Chris McKee, the play-by-play guy. Done a handful of games up here at the Athlete Institute over the past couple of years. Always enjoy it, and I'm thankful for the opportunity to do it. Bonus with the rebound, puts it in off the glass. Zahur. Beckford long 3, in and out. Rebound Saunders. So how that's not a foul? He's called a technical. So now it's a war. Both coaches are yelling at the ref. Well, they've given it the other way. So the refs, the wheels have kind of fallen off them a bit here at the end. If I was them, just put the whistles away. It's a 30-point blowout. Let the game run out, refs. All right, let the kids play. In and out. And Barthélemy runs into one of the substitutions for Bill Crothers. Here we go, 5 in, 5 out. Adeke comes in for Saunders. At this point, I want to run over and put a red jersey on, get a few minutes of cleanup time. Parashand, nice turnaround hook shot, gets that one to go. Brzdeikis, long 3, way too short. Adeke, Bonus. How is that not a charge? Puts his shoulder into the guy. Barthélemy, shot clock winding down, puts it up. Off the rim, can't get it to go. Rebound, Alamatu. And then the outlet pass to Utsalo, and he missed it. Julian Lepp, 2:20 to go. Bonus, Brzdeikis. Brzdeikis was hammered. Ball stolen, and Long with an easy lay-in. Barthélemy. Urbanus fights for the loose ball. He's got Brzdikis for 3 in the corner. Ignas Brzdikis finally finds his stroke, hits a 3. 89-59, lead back to 30. 1:35 to go in the ball game. DeWall off the glass. Sorry, Cordell Charles. 5 in, 5 out. I've never seen this ever in basketball. I've seen the 5 substitutions, but they usually leave them in, but not like every minute. Lep kicks out to Adeke. He's stumbling. Adeke for 3, why not? Ite Adeke with the 3. I think they only gave him 2 there. Zahur drives. And now Adeke has been called with the foul. 31-point lead, 1:09 to go. Cool seeing the big banners on the wall. Jamal Murray, who of course now playing for the Denver Nuggets. Absolutely torched the Raptors the other night. I'm going to say he had 24. High of the game, beat his hometown Raptors. And of course, Thon Maker now down with the Milwaukee Bucks. Should be playing for the Raptors. Why the Raptors drafted Jakob Poeltl ahead of him, I will never know. Barthélemy misses that lay-in. Goldburn can't get it to go. Urbanus has Barthélemy underneath the basket. Easy lay-in. Just let the clock run out. No need for the substitutions, coach. It's a 33-point game with 44 seconds to go. 94-61. Long with a long 3. That hit off the rope, so the refs whistle that dead. Urbanus will inbound underneath the basket. Barthélemy guarded by Long. Julian Lepp in the corner. Lepp inside to Adeke, puts it up, gets it to go. Ite Adeke, 18.8 to go. 96-61. Well, it's a shame Orangeville couldn't crack 100. Parashan misses that long one. But it wasn't a competition from the start, and that'll do it. So Orangeville Prep, 96. Bill Crothers, 91. A convincing 35-point victory. Joe Jones, for my money, was the man of the match. Absolutely dominant for Orangeville. Shamar Rathon Mays played really well. Brzdikis, a bit of a quiet night. Got his points near the end. Thank you for tuning in on Bears TV. I'm Chris McKee from the Athlete Institute. Appreciate you listening, and we'll see you next week.